Well, drive on, mama. Andrea TV here, coming to the night of January 5th. It is now 8:14 p.m. Family thing going on. Didn't get started until just now, but I actually am doing something a little different. Just picked up a Uber Connect. Not an UberEats, a Uber Connect. I'm not exactly sure what I'll be picking up. It says a package delivery. The address is actually going to a restaurant, so I'm not sure what to expect. I've only done one other Uber Connect before. It was during Christmas, and somebody was just giving a neighbor or family friend, someone that they cared about, a homemade meal. They gave me a hot plate in a Ziploc bag with a homemade brownie, and I delivered it 0.7 miles, and it was $7.50. So based on that first and only experience, I accepted this next one. I will let you know how it goes.
Okay, the time is now 8:23. The Uber Connect was essentially someone placed an order for food for someone else. So the restaurant took the order, and I guess they put it in as an Uber Connect. So I'm not picking up a package in the sense of a table or things of that nature, or someone's homemade plate of food. I am picking up an order of food and taking it to someone, and they forgot to put the order in, so they just put it in. And for the sake of this video, I'm gonna wait this out and see how long it takes. So 8:23, they offered me a glass of wine or soda. I said, no, that's okay. I'm working for the wine and for the soda. No, thank you. I'll be all right. I just started, so I am going to wait it out. So don't be afraid to accept an Uber Connect yet. Some people have some ideas where sometimes it can be a package, a package that you can get in trouble for. But I'm saying that's highly unlikely, especially if you Dash and Uber Eat in neighborhoods that are safe, which I try to only do. So I'll come back once I have my order and I'm in the car. It's 8:26 and I'm still waiting, but I just wanted to let you know, when it came across the screen as Uber Connect, it said that I would get 2.7 times the base rate. So the base rate is not a surge or anything going on right now, so the base rate is usually kind of low. My last Uber Connect, I was paid $7.50. I didn't go into the details to see if it was the same type of multiplication factor, but it says it's 2.7 times my base rate I'll be paid for delivering this food to the person. So I'm interested, and I'm gonna see it out. Come back in the car.
Okay, the time is now 8:42. Just pulled off from the restaurant, and I'm taking food 3.7 miles away. Don't know if there's a tip, if it was placed by the restaurant. I don't even know if the customer is personally involved, but we shall see. I'll let you know. One just pulled off from the customer's address. It was 3.7 miles from the restaurant, and I am currently in no man's land when it comes to food deliveries. So I'm on my way back the 13-minute drive to the avenue. Let's see if it's worth it. Okay, so the total payout for that Uber Connect that wasn't an Uber Connect was $9.53. I took a screenshot, but it always cuts off part of the picture. And for some reason, Uber has the total time taking 21 minutes and 28 seconds, which is definitely not true. Maybe from the time I pulled off to the time I got to her house, because I'm not driving fast. But you guys saw, I started recording once they told me they didn't have the order, because the person who put it in at the restaurant most likely put it in incorrectly, so it never made it to the kitchen. We waited from 8:23 and pulled off at 8:42. That alone is 21 minutes. So they don't count the time, I guess, that you're driving to the customer's house, just from the time they give it to you and the time you hit start delivery. But 4 miles, $9.53, and I'm almost 100% there'll be no added tip, since it's the restaurant who placed the order. Would I have taken a $9.53 order at 8:20 when the restaurants that have metal silverware and cloth napkins close at 10 o'clock, to take it across town with no other restaurants that have cloth napkins and silverware? No, I would not have. So I think I'll be leaving that Uber Connect alone, because no, it was not worth it. That is a good, it's the $2 per mile that I like minimum, but it's going to a place that doesn't leave you in a position to work right away. And that is time, and time is money. So no, I would not have taken it. Won't do it again. Okay, the time is now 9:17. We're back on the avenue, been back since 9:15, about 2 minutes, but something strange is happening or happened. I had to cut off the app because on my way back down, within the last 5 minutes, I turned it back on, and it was sending me deliveries, telling me how far it was away in minutes, and not giving me the dollar amount or the distance in miles I would have to drive in order to complete the trip. Now, this happened to me once before, a few months ago, back at the end of summer. I turned off the app, turned it back on, and it was fine. So I don't know if it's going to go back to that. And I did hear about some people in other states where they don't get to see the dollar amount and the miles. They just have to either accept it or reject it, and that is it. I cannot operate that way. That is not how you run a business, or that's not how you are a gig worker. Essentially, that is like, no. You can't make a decision, financial decision, as an independent contractor, not knowing how much money you're going to receive for the trip and how far away you have to drive. So we'll see if it comes back on. But after I turned the app back on, they sent me 2 orders to Virginia, and I accepted neither. One was actually 5 miles from this McDonald's in DC, and the other was showing 7.1. There's a McDonald's in Arlington. They call it the Roslyn McDonald's. I don't know if they're closed or under renovation or understaffed, and that's why all of a sudden we're getting these orders up here in DC. I call it up here because it's at least 5 miles away, but no Arlington. So we accepted a $10.53 McDonald's going 1.2 miles. So let's go pick it up. Okay, just dropping off at McDonald's, and it did not go away. They sent me 2 different batched orders as I was approaching. No dollars, no miles, just how many minutes it was away. I don't know if this is here to stay, but I don't like it. I guess I'll only be taking single orders. So yeah, I'm back in the car now. So the new thing for tonight, January 5th, 2021, my batch deliveries are coming up as how many minutes away and how many stops I would have to make. So if it's the same restaurant, it will show 3 stops. If I didn't drop off to my existing customer yet and it shows 4 stops, that means it's still 1 new restaurant to drop offs. And if I didn't drop off to my customer and it shows 5 stops, that means we're stopping at the customer you have the food in your car for. Then you're going to go to 2 separate restaurants and deliver to 2 separate people without showing you the dollar amount or the distance in full. That is not going to work. How do they expect you to make an informed decision using your car, your resources, and your time and your safety if you don't know where you're going? I don't know who came up with this at Uber, but I'll be turning on Doordash just to see if I can increase my Doordash skills and manipulation in order to produce the results I need without jeopardizing my safety, my miles, and my gas. But in the meantime, we accepted this order, picking up from Masala Art for $12 and I want to say 48 cents, going a total of 4 miles in total. And that includes how far I was away from this restaurant when I made the first drop off. They sent me a couple of add-ons I rejected, but then I did accept an add-on for $4.68, going an additional 0.6 miles. And we will be picking up at that restaurant right across the street there with the green and yellow, the Guapo's Mexican. Corrections, the second pickup is at Papa John's. My bad. know this is a big debate. Does pineapple belong on pizza? I personally find the contrast between the sweet of the pineapple and then the salty of the cheese and the pepperoni does taste good, but a lot of people think no. Answer in the comments. Do pineapples belong on pizza? Okay, the time is now 10:19, and wouldn't you know it, my Uber Connect customer from the first ride for the day did tip. She tipped $6.08.
Continue on to River.
I definitely would have done it for the 15 and change for the 3.7 miles, because I was literally, I guess I was a half a mile from the restaurant Clyde's. So yeah, even for the 4.1 or 4.2, I would have taken it also. But yeah, Uber Connect could work. 10:20 now, just accepted a batched order from McDonald's, 2.9 miles in total, and it did show me the mileage and the dollar amounts. I don't know what's going on tonight, but we're going to get some Mickey D's. You know what I wish they would add? What feature? If you're delivering to people in the same building, to let you know before you leave your car. It is slushy, snowy, still out there, and I just had to go back to my car to get my second delivery in the same building I just delivered. Do it, Uber. It helps. All right, time is now 10:54 p.m. Just dropped off both McDonald's orders, the batched McDonald's orders. And I don't know if it's because the main manager isn't there tonight or what, but seems like the batched order took way longer than picking up a single. And come to find out, the bags were ready behind the counter the whole time. They just don't put them out where you can see them, and they don't acknowledge the Doordash and UberEats drivers until the people in the lobby have been served. And it's 24 hours. So yeah, there were about 3 different customers. So we were waiting there literally 10 minutes until she even acknowledged we are there looking for an order. The stuff was ready the whole time. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go back to the avenue. Okay, the time is now 10:59 p.m. Just picked up a batched order, $17.07, going for a total of 5.6 miles, I believe, or 5.3. It was in the screenshot. But we're going to get some crisp and juicy. Okay, the time is now 11:38 p.m. And that is how long it takes to go a total of 5.6 miles in DC. So yeah, that was almost 40 minutes. Now you see why I like to stay within 2 miles. Okay, time is now 11:47 p.m. We are back on the avenue, but not in front of our favorite spot yet. But before we could get there, Doordash sent us a McDonald's order, one single order, $6.75, but it said 19 items. So unless they're ordering a lot of ketchup packets, there may be a hidden tip. Let's go. Well, if you saw that previous screenshot, it probably is not a hidden tip, but we're going to keep our fingers crossed. The time is now 11:53 p.m. We did get back in front of our favorite Mickey D's, and as we pulled up, received an UberEats request from same place, McDonald's, $6.81, going 0.6 miles. We are taking both. Tetris time! We're back in the same building, another drop off. It was just $6.75, but picked up a UberEats back to McDonald's, $8.81 for 1.8 miles. Let's go. Okay, the time is now 12:47 a.m. Just accepted a Doordash for $7.75, going 2.1 miles in total. This may be the last for the night. I was going to work till 1 or $100, whichever happened first, but we might be pretty close. I'll settle for 90 something at this point. Time is now 1:28 a.m. That was going to be my last order, but Doordash right at the drop off sent another one.
Continue on 39th Street.
$8.75 in total, and it's 3.1 miles, but it's going towards where I have to go to get on the highway. So this, cross fingers, last one. Okay, the time is now 1:48 a.m. Just dropped off, and now we're going to head to the highway and go home. So we started about 8:15. It's about 1:48, so about 5.5 hours. And we're waiting for the last tip to come in from Uber, and then we will give our total for this January 5th. Andrea TV here from driveonmama.com. We were able to get our totals early since we didn't do any Uber Eats for the last hour. $91.79 is our Uber Eats total for today. And for Uber Eats, the day goes until 4 a.m. the next day. So even though it's about 1:50 in the morning, that counts for January 5th. And for Doordash, we totaled $32 for today. Doordash does end their day at 11:59 p.m. and my dash didn't end until that last drop off, which was at about 1:48. So that's why it's going to show January 6th, but we started on the 5th and that totaled 32. So that's 32.91.79 for 123.79. DriveOnMama.com.